What is it, bro? What are you left now? Hold on 1 second. I got a special announcement. Announcement. It's of the utmost important, but let me set the phone down for a second. Give brothers and sisters an opportunity to come on the line, and then let me holler at my brother right quick. Yeah, bro. What? Oh, I'm cool. I'm cooler than fam. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of en route right now, so I want to make this short video. I'm still in my busy season, so this is not going to be the normal. This ain't gonna be the standard video that we normally do. Shouts out to you, big brother. But here's the what I want to deal with. First of all, I want to thank the brothers and sisters that have called me and told me that that they have noticed pornography on my page. I want to say thank you for that. And then I want to make a comment to a sister that commented, and I don't. If I sent her a post, and I sent you a post, and I don't want you to be offended. I don't want you to be offended by the words, by the post that by what I sent back. So I'm just figuring I'd do the video so I can make what I'm saying perfectly clear. Okay, first of all, anybody that knows me, they know that you should know by now that I wouldn't post porn on my page. However, there are some other things that I will put on my page. There is a video of a club type setting where they nothing but a bunch of sisters in there. You know what I'm saying? That's out of control. I am guilty of posting that, but ain't no guilt on my behalf, because my righteous sisters. Seeing the sisters felt like I need to take that stuff down because it makes sisters look bad. No, it don't make sisters look bad. It makes sisters aware. It makes sisters aware, because many times when we go into these religious constructs and Hebrew Israelite heritage and all that, we start surrounding ourselves by people that's the same, and then we lose sight of the fact that we are supposed to be reaping the harvest that's in the world, and that the reality of the plight of our people is that this is the condition of our people. It need to be seen. It need to be seen. And sisters need to stop jumping out there defending it when we show you sisters that are out here shameless with this type of behavior. Last thing you need to do is come on there and try to defend it. What you should really do is you should really look at yourself as it relates to the righteousness in your life and understand the work that the Most High mean for us to get done in the world. You see, the sisters are the responsibility of the sisters, and the men are the responsibility of the men. But it's no different, because I post things that shameful men are out here doing, not to spotlight our foolishness, but for our so-called righteous brothers, to make them aware of the fact that, hey, you ain't living in no world with just Hebrew Israelites and Christians and everything is just glory, glory. No, the world I live in is full of all kind of nonsense and madness, and if you gonna live in some righteousness, you got to come face to face with these things and be able to deal with your brothers and sisters that's out here on this level. But if we choose to go and hide behind the bushes and pretend that these things ain't happening, then guess what? When it is time for us to come before the Most High, we're going to be judged for what we did with what it was that we knew. So I wanted to make that out there, put that out there right out the gate. There's a reason, a strategic reason for everything. And I ain't gonna apologize for the things that I do, no matter what nobody think about it. Because if I put it on there, I have a reason behind it. As far as the pornography, you see, the scripture already told us, blessed are you when men shall revile you, when they persecute you, when they speak all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. We are to rejoice and be exceedingly glad. So I know I didn't put the porn on there. And if I didn't put it on there, then guess how it got there? It got there because an enemy have done this. And if an enemy does it, that gives me something to rejoice about, because God knows that I didn't do it. But it gets even deeper than that. Because many people with a self-righteous, hypocritical attitude that we've been trying to get our brothers and sisters to see clearly so that they can steer away from that, instead of our brothers and sisters looking at, oh, pornography, oh, pornography, oh, pornography. Do you not know that pornography is a biblical term? Porn is a biblical terminology, come from the word porneia. It's a biblical terminology, which means debauchery or lasciviousness or anything that has to do with a lustful type of behavior. It's in the book that people in this world will conduct themselves in this particular manner. It's in there. But where did the hypocritical part come in? Here's where the hypocritical part comes in. The hypocritical part come in is why we can be shocked to death to see a woman in pornography with her legs open, wrapped up with a man that's ramming her. We can be shocked when we see that on a Facebook video. Turn right around at the end of the night, go in the house and close your door, strip yourself down butt naked before a man, and you do the same thing. Neither one of you married, both of you fornicating, just left church and go to a house and close the door and start having sex with somebody that ain't your husband. Just leave the Hebrew gathering and go have sex. Look at all these brothers out here doing all this extra stuff with all these different women and all these wives. They don't tell you that they're having orgies in the house, that they got the women licking on each other. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you they have not governed themselves according to the laws of this world, where all this multiple wife and all of this type of stuff is coming from. They don't tell you that. But we'll turn around and holler. Pornography, pornography. No, we've been fornicating from sun up to sundown. No, we done produced a brood of offspring children that have came at the hands of no marriage. Our children do testify against our wickedness, is what the Bible said. We have brought many children into this world where we wasn't married, where it wasn't the union that God meant for us to have. And we fall headlong into the same situation. The only difference is that one of these situations is on camera for the whole world to see, and the other situation is behind closed doors. But baby, such is a wicked, perverse man, or a wicked or perverse woman. They say that these four walls will hide me. The darkness shall cover me. Well, let me tell you something, baby. You better understand that the eyes of the Lord 10,000 times as bright as the sun, and he sees in the nighttime the same way that he sees in daylight. So before we start dealing with certain things, we will want to make sure that we ourselves either line up in the place that we're supposed to line up where marriage is concerned, or either we have a mindset that makes us understand, hey, I can't be that judgmental. I was the one yesterday that was fornicating. I was the one that was out of one bed into another bed. I'm the one that got 3 babies' daddies. I'm the one that ain't never been married. I'm the one that did all that. See, all of us fall into these same situations. So even if it is porn on my page, I'm rejoicing. I'm being exceedingly glad, because it's something that the enemy have done. And if it poses to be a stumbling block for anybody, it's a stumbling block for the ones that's going to stumble over it, because those that truly have a spirit of discernment, they know when an enemy have done something. But I want to thank the brothers and sisters for their input, and I want to thank the brothers and sisters for being concerned enough to let me know. And now let me tell you what's really happening. Some years ago, pornography, I got the same alert that pornography was on my page. Well, when I went to look at my page, I scrolled down my page all the way down for a couple of years, and I never found one piece of pornography on there. But what happened is that they created another page. And even though it's a clone page, if I post something to my normal page right now, that post is going to go to the page that has been cloned and give brothers and sisters a mindset as though it's something that I'm posting on my page, because they still receiving posts. Well, I just posted something 2 minutes ago, and King Rashard said, well, you just posted 2 minutes ago. I said, well, I'm glad you see that, because now maybe you'll get the message that I'm trying to give you. If I post it on my page, it's going to go to the clone page that's got the pornography on it, to give the impression to other brothers and sisters that this is something that's active on my page. But if you go to my page right now, you won't see no pornography on there. It's a cloned page. And they cloned my page and put pornography on it as a means to destroy and delete my entire Facebook account. And after that pornography was on my page, I woke up a couple of days later and there was no traces that Dimitri Milligan had ever been on Facebook. They shut my whole entire account down. And when we found the clone page was up and was portraying me as an Islamic brother with Islamic writing, with Arabic writing on everything. So I'm just telling brothers and sisters, I understand. But sometimes you're going to have to use your wisdom, and you're going to have to use your better judgment, and you're going to have to be able to see what's really happening. And that's why we talk to brothers and sisters about the spirit. About the spirit. All the information and all the word that any of you can digest is absolutely worthless if you don't have the spirit of discernment operating somewhere down in there. So I want to thank y'all for letting me know that. But all of this happened for a reason. Because I'm telling you like this, if you talking about the pornography and you still fornicating, you talking about the pornography and you fornicating, you talking about the pornography, you got 3, 4, 5 women living in the house with you, you ain't govern yourself according to the laws of this land like Hamashiach told you. We know that we in the land of our captivity. Nevertheless, he told them plant houses and build vineyards and live your life according to the laws of the land, that you may be preserved when you are released from these things. We got to continue to live our life. And if you ain't living your life according to the laws of the land that you come a part of, and you doing all these things, and you think that you can just get a woman and then you can say because you an Israelite, well, this is my wife and this is this, you ain't governed yourself according to the laws of the land. Don't you dare talk to me about no pornography, because you done fall headlong into debauchery and lasciviousness and those unrestrained actions that the book is talking about. You know you a brother out here, you know you ain't got no wife, yet every time you turn around you got your willy in your hand looking for some woman to run up into. Don't you dare open up your mouth. I don't care how many books you got, how many Bibles you got, until you can get your own self under control. Yeah, so it's what it is. And we have a hypocritical mindset, because somebody might say, well, you know, I'm saved now, and I'm in the word now, and I'm Hebrew Israelite now, and I'm governing myself by the law. Yeah, you are now, but let's go back. Yeah, let's go back last year. Let's go back 2 years ago. Let's go back a couple of years before you did come into that truth. How was you governing yourself then? I guarantee you was governing yourself the same way as the thing that's detestable to you right now is what you was living your life like on a consistent, everyday basis back then. And so the Bible tells us, you are without an excuse, O man or woman, whoever you are that judge another man, wherein you have been guilty of committing the same crimes against the Most High and doing the same things. We ain't living in no perfect world. And I may call myself a Hebrew Israelite, and I may be able to identify with what it means to be a blood-bought, spirit-filled one that they call Christian. Not from a religious standpoint, but from a spiritual standpoint. But that don't in no kind of way make you exempt from the everyday situations that you have to live with and face in this world. It don't. And I'm not angry at anybody, because as I said before, I appreciate the brothers and sisters that take the time to let me know that those things are happening. And the first brother that let me know that was one of my brothers, Jimrod, had called me on last week. He said, Elder, you need to go check your page. Somebody had put pornography on there. So I went to check my page, but I didn't find none. And then it reminded me of what I went through. So I was able to call him back and tell him, don't worry about it. But I get so many calls about this is really mediocre stuff, you know. It's stuff that's happening in our world. on an everyday basis. And I tell you the honest to God truth, let me jump out there, because I am not going to be nobody's hypocrite. I already ain't nobody's teacher. People call me elder for their own reasons, maybe because I'm a big brother, you know what I'm saying? But don't let nobody put me out there like I have reached some grand pinnacle on God's righteous program. I know every porn channel you can think of. I know about XNXX. I know about Pornhub. I know about X videos. I know about all of them. You know why? Because I was a brother that watched porn for many years. You know what I'm saying? And even in my married years, will watch some porn. Not because I was just I'm not making no excuses. And I know that to do those things ain't right. But I'm going to be the first one to confess that I have been guilty of those things. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll tell anybody that I've been guilty of them. You know what I'm saying? I've been as guilty as anybody else. You got some brothers that's married. You got some brothers that ain't married, that still go in the bathroom and grab a lotion bottle and whack themselves off and move into a place of debauchery. I've been there too. So when it comes down to lasciviousness and debauchery and unrestrained actions, when it comes down to lust, I'm not no stranger to that. You see, I'm not no stranger to that. Those are hurdles that's in our life that we have to climb over. Sometimes things happen, and they don't happen just to try to destroy the person. Sometimes they happen so that the Most High can see, how is the individual that's watching going to deal with this thing right here? How is the individual that's watching? You got them brothers out there on street corners blowing shofars and hollering at people and doing all that stuff, and leave and go jump straight into bed with somebody that they ain't married to. You got some of these people in the Hebrew Israelite community, in the Christian church community, that's still in the closet. Leave the thing that they're doing and then go take a penis straight up under the mustache. You got all of these things going on in the world that we are living in, and they are real. So we don't fall into no place of superficiality and science fiction as though these things don't exist. And then when we see them, it just shocks our life. Oh, I can't believe somebody. Oh, I can't believe he would put porn on. Oh, I can't believe that he would do this to the sisters. Oh, I can't believe that he would do this to the brother. Well, you better believe it. Because I don't do it to bring our people down. I do it to keep our people conscious that you have a world to live in. And when the Messiah say, you go now into all the world, make disciples out of all men, teaching them to observe whatsoever things I have commanded you, that is our mandate. But it begins with us and our own personal lives. When we look at the book of Ezekiel rips the cover completely off of brothers like myself that are gifted with the word, that can handle the script. Son of man, go read the 7th and the 8th chapter of Ezekiel. Son of man, look at what the priests are doing in the dark. Look at what the priests are doing when ain't nobody looking. Look at what the priests are doing. Some of us out here handling the word, still smoking dope, still getting drunk, still ain't got no self-control at home, but come out in public before other people and then pretend as though our life is all together when it's not all together. None of our lives are together. Ain't none of our lives together. So sometimes things happen so that certain things can be said to shock people back into reality and get them out of that science fiction place that we done got so comfortable with living in. So once again, we thank you all that thought well enough. But whoever done it and however done it, the Most High allowed it to happen like that for a reason. And this video is going for a reason, so that everybody can search your own life. Don't be preoccupied with what somebody else is doing. And you better be very careful how you approach situation. As I said before, the script says, son, old man or woman, whoever you are, that judge another person and you being found guilty of doing the same thing, you should not escape God's judgment or God's wrath. God is able to bring back tomorrow things that he forgiven you for yesterday based on how you deal with a situation. When you see a situation that's detestable, but you know yesterday you was in this same situation, you got to be careful how you approach that thing. And that don't say that you justifying it or that you making excuses for it. It just means that I better be very careful because I want to deal with this situation like God dealt with me when I was in that particular situation. So if the porn is on there, The Bible tells us to rejoice and be exceedingly glad because somebody is reviling me right now. Somebody is persecuting me right now. Somebody is speaking evil of me right now. Somebody is doing something against me that's false right now. And so I don't have no choice but to rejoice and be exceedingly glad because I didn't put it there. But it got there, and it's a clone page because, as I said, on my page there's nothing. But anytime I make a post, the post is going to go to my regular page, and it's also going to go to the page that has the pornography. I can't go and remove nothing that I don't have access to. Only people that have access to this clone page is the people that's connected to my original page. I myself don't have access to the clone page, so I can't see it and I can't remove it. So, all praise to the Most High Heavenly Father and His glorious Son. Peace and blessings be upon all of you. And for my sister that made that post, that sent me that post, telling me that I should take these things down, my response, it might have seemed kind of harsh, but I didn't mean it in a harsh or harmful way. I meant it to the place to where some things need to make us aware of the condition that our brothers and sisters are in. We don't make excuses for them. But all that self-righteousness stuff, and that's why I tell my brothers about Hebrew, Israelite, Christians and all that. You want to go over there and get together in your own little box. You only want to associate with them people. Everybody on your page got to have a Hebrew name, and you like stick your head in the sand as though the world that the Messiah means for us to go in and take back where the harvest is plenteous and the labors are few. It's like we alienate ourselves from that. Well, I'm living in the real world. I'm in the heart of the hood. I'm out in the heart of the hood with the brothers toting the guns, with the brothers with the sacks, with the sisters that's still dancing on tabletops. I'm still in the hood, still going in the nightclub and play some music, still exposed to every last thing, every last detail of it, and still able to maintain my faith and my character before my brothers and sisters, not going to no place of isolation and alienation. We got a great responsibility. And should nothing that we see going on in this world shock us. We put a video on there yesterday where you see a sister go and drag another sister by the hair in Family Dollar that had done nothing to her. And then when the sister turned around and grabbed a pistol and shot her on camera, everybody was like, wow, oh, wow. But the brother that had the camera is living in the real world. This is the stuff that we face on a daily basis, every single day. I say this stuff that I face on a daily basis. Some of you don't face nothing because you're only going to go to church and then you're going to go back to your little suburb home with your little two-car garage. Some of you ain't going to face nothing. You're going to go to your Sabbath class. You're going to go to your Hebrew gathering. Then you're going to go right back to Facebook where all your buddies talking about the Bible are. Some of you going to leave the street corner and go right back to the Facebook page where all your Hebrew buddies and everybody's in agreement are. But many of you, it ain't going to be but a few of you that's going to be able to leave the church and then hit the street. Going to be able to leave the church and go over there and deal with your brothers. Going to be able to leave your Sabbath day gathering and then go over there and step in a nightclub and start raising up some of your brothers and sisters that's in bad condition. It's only going to be a few, but they that sit in darkness are the ones that need to see a great light. So don't tell me nothing about your self-righteous, hypocritical attitude if you ain't got the spirit that's being built up to go in places of darkness and have an impact on that right there. And with that, I'm going to end the video. Peace and blessings.